Welcome back to another real estate video, everyone. Hope you guys are having a great day. Before I proceed, please be careful. The weather out there is terrible. I saw horrific and dangerous accidents yesterday. Eye openers, people could not control their cars. It's terrible out there. God bless all of you. I hope you guys stay safe. On a positive note, you guys are now going to be called the Zaidi. So I'm going to call you Zaidi. That's what everyone has decided. That's where the majority of the votes came in. So welcome to the family Zaidi, and I'm proud to call you that name. Again, I leave you guys with a note that if you want to have a better name, if you guys think of another name that you want to be called, so by all means, write me an email or drop me a text. The best way you guys always communicate. I'm not even going to say leave me a comment below because none of you guys are actually commenting on the video. But you know what? Yes, I love the way my people cooperate with me, and I love the way they coordinate with me. If you think email is the best way, then by all means. The March numbers are out, and a lot of you people already know what I'm going to say and how I'm going to feel. So even if you know, I'm super excited. The market is healthy. The market is positive. March numbers are out. March is positive. What's going to happen in April is again positivity. What's going to happen in the future, in the rest of the year, is going to be more than what we predict. It's going to be a much more healthier market, much more controlled market. We are already in a controlled market. People always compare today's quarter with the 2017 early quarter. You can, but do not, because what happened there was a tremendous wave of appreciation that came into the market. So you can't compare that market to this market. Yet, if you look at the numbers, and I'm going to put those charts up really soon so that you guys can read off the chart while I talk, you will be able to see that we are moving in a positive way. So before I move on and start giving you all my advices and opinions of what's going to happen and what you should do, let's pull out those charts and see what those numbers are. If we were to compare March of 2017 to 2018, the sales have dropped 40%. Active listings have increased 103%. The months of inventory has gone to 2.2. Of course, that's increased. The average price has dropped 14%. And the property in the days of the market has increased to 20 days. It's increased by 100%. If we were to compare what happened in January, February, and March of 2018, the sales have increased. The active listings have gone up. The months of inventory has decreased to 2.2 from 2.6. The average price has gone to 785,000 Canadian dollars. And the properties staying on the market has decreased to 20. That shows that we are heading towards a healthy market, something I was talking about earlier in the video. And I've always been saying that. So if you look at these numbers, you can tell that we are steadily getting into a healthy market. Now let's move over to the next chart. Now in this chart, I have done a comparison between all the property types, the months of inventory that there is, and the days on the market that these properties stay. So if we compare them to the previous month, the detached property is 3.1 months of inventory and staying for 22 days. Semi-detached are at 1.3 and they're staying for 15 days on the market. The condo townhouses are at 1.7 months of inventory and they're staying for 19 days. And the condo apartments are at 1.4 months of inventory and they're staying on the market for 18 days. These are much more better, or I would say a little bit more positive numbers compared to the previous month numbers. If you watch my previous video, you'll be able to do a comparison. All right, people. Now, after looking at the numbers, hey, what does that show? You guys are smart. What does that mean? Sales have gone up. Months of inventory has decreased. Listings have increased. The average price has gone up. The property on the market, days on the market, has decreased. What does that mean? We're moving towards a seller's market once again. Yes, we might not be, again, as I repeat myself, something like the early quarter of 2017, but we are moving in a positive way. As I always keep saying, Toronto real estate is a very, very safe haven. People should invest here. Now, for those guys who were on the backbench and kept on thinking that the market's going to go further down, if you watch my previous videos, or even not mine, if you watch other people like Richard Robbins, or you relate to people who are active and have been successful in this business, you will see that they all have to say the same thing. Why do we say the same thing? Is because we relate our studies and our stats with the Toronto Real Estate Board. We show you what the Toronto Real Estate Board is doing. We show you what the Toronto Real Estate Board has got as stats. And based on those stats, and based on our research, and based on my personal intuition and my personal experience, I am able to give you a solution and an advice. What's going to happen in April? What do you guys think? What does the Zaidi family think? Well, basically, it's evident. I've been saying that since mid of 2017 in my blogs that I used to write. I've been saying this in the early 2018 from January, that we are going and moving positively. The spring market, because of the weather, of course, this time of the year, properties, sell quicker. They stay less on the market. The average price goes up. There's more activity. That's part of the market. That's what the spring market is all about, right? But the spring market, as we all see, has been pushed over a little bit towards the end of April, towards the early few weeks of May. So we might have a more longer spring market, a more longer summer market. So summer is going to be pushed over. What's going to happen in April? I feel, and I know, and I'm positive that the market will further increase. The months of inventory will go down. Listings will come up. Of course, people want to sell. For sure, they want to sell. The prices will increase a little bit, of course. The properties on the days of the market will decrease. Again, let's wait for the April numbers. Let's see what April has to say. What's going to happen to the rest of the year? Detached prices, which, as you can see on the numbers, have now started to climb. So detached houses will sell a little more quicker. They will have competition. They still have competition. There's still a lot of inventory that needs to be sold in the detached market. But people will start moving towards the detached houses. There has been an activity on my end, which I've seen a lot of my condo owners giving me a call and saying, you know what, Mr. TA, let's just sell my condo. I loved the last advice you gave to us. Let's sell our condo at a higher price and get into the detached market, which made sense to a lot of people. And I'm sure it's making sense to you as well, that there will be activities in the detached market. Of course, the condos will always sell. The condos are always going to be in demand. There are new condo buildings that are coming up. Of course, unfortunately, the recent news about Liberty Developments dissolving their Cosmos project, which was in Vaughan. And of course, they have their own reasons, and I don't believe that there's anything negative to be thought of. There's always a positive aspect of something that happens to any incident, to any decision. So yes, there will be certain condos that will be completed. There will be a lot of demand in the condo market. So people are selling their condos, right? And they're moving into the detached market. My advice and my opinion to you all is that the detached houses are still the best time if you guys are thinking of upgrading yourself. It's the best time to get into a detached, the best time to get into a semi-detached from a condo, because condos are selling really, really quick and they're selling at a higher price. So a wise investor who has bought an investment and wants to make more money always buys when the properties are affordable and they're low, and they always sell when the properties are in demand and they're selling at a higher price. So if you guys are thinking of buying a detached house for a very long time and were not able to, now is the right time. Last month was the best time. February was an amazing time. January was the greatest time to buy. But I'm not here to make you feel bad. I'm not here to challenge your decision, what you did. But I am here to support you. And I again advise all of you that make a wise decision. Give me a call. You've seen the numbers. You've been looking at the numbers. I recommend not to read bogus news. I recommend not to connect with negative people. I recommend you talk to people who give you stats, who give you numbers, and they give you a supporting document or an evidence that this is where the market is headed. I've got calls that come in. I've got WhatsApp messages come in that say, hey, the market's gone down 25%. Hey, it's gone down. Why did it go down 25%? I don't know. You probably bought a house at a higher price. Your realtor probably did not give you the right advice and did not negotiate on your behalf. But there are other reasons to that as well, that the person who sold this property probably, as I said in my previous video, was desperate to sell. He probably had some financial commitment, so he sold below the asking price. He just went and sold the property on a price that he got on the market. Probably he stayed on the market for 10 days, 20 days, 100 days, and he just took up an offer or took up and made the sale of any price that he received. That does not mean your property can sell at that same price. Sit down and do your numbers positively. Talk to the right people. Give you guys some positive vibes. You know, give yourself some chance. Look at these numbers; they're positive. You know, the months of inventory is decreasing. What does that mean? Yes, it's probably not all over the GTA, probably not all over Toronto. In certain pockets, it is. And if it hasn't reached your market, it hasn't reached your pocket, there's nothing to worry about. Start planning ahead of time. Let's sit down, let's talk, let's do the numbers for your property, and then let me tell you whether it's the right time for you to sell or not, whether it's the right time for you to buy in this specific market or not, whether it's the right time to buy this specific semi-detached in that specific market or not, whether you're supposed to buy this specific condo, though the condo market's going up, but is this the right time to buy that specific condo that you saw in that specific pocket or not? So I keep urging all of you guys, I keep recommending, I keep requesting all of you people, give me a call, sit down with a professional, do your numbers, then make a firm decision. Then start judging yourself where you stand. And I know that your property for sure has appreciated. Probably not, again, comparing yourself to the early 2017 quarter, but it has definitely appreciated. And I am optimistic. And I have seen this, I have repeated the same formula. And I know that anybody who bought property 2 years ago can still make money. Somebody who bought property last year can still make some money, provided you've got the right numbers, provided you're open to a little bit more of a broader discussion, provided you're not too emotional with your existing property. That's a lot of problem that I face with a lot of people. They get emotionally attached, and you're right, you should be. And mind you, do not take me wrong, I'm not saying that, but you should be emotionally attached to your property for sure, but to a certain extent that it doesn't hurt you. A lot of people, recently I was trying to do a sale for, I was actually trying to list a property for a family, and the emotions took over the mind. I was trying to be a little bit more practical. They were being emotional. Yes, we managed to list that property. We managed to come down with a proper price. I sat down with them, and of course I tried to show them what is the right number and what they should be doing. So it did make sense to them. But yes, emotions take over people at times, and it leads to a wrong decision. So having said that, everyone, having said that, the Zaidi onlys, you guys are smart because you guys are related, associated to me. And I know you guys have already decided. You guys have already seen the numbers and you see where the market's going. So let's sit down, give me a call, write me an email, drop me a text, and let's work out the best options for you all. Again, as I said in my previous video, and I keep repeating this, it doesn't hurt to sit down with a professional and get your numbers. So until next time, take care and stay blessed.